Alright, jury, we're trying something new this season, okay? We're having a jury roundtable to discuss and strategize how to best ask questions in the finale so that we can kind of make it move a little quicker, but also so that y'all can get the best information to make a good decision that ultimately affects the game's ending, right? So first, I'm going to open the floor to you five for y'all to just discuss like your inner feelings, okay? Get out whatever beef that you want to air out now, so that ultimately our goal is to have a solid like 5 questions, like one from each of you, that aren't repeats, aren't self-centered, and are focused on getting information so that you can choose a good winner, right?
Did you mastermind me getting out?
Yeah, probably.
I knew you did. Okay, so it was you, Emma, Aaron, and Alex?
It was honestly a huge collective effort of almost everyone.
Okay.
Because of the idol dealio.
Yeah. Did y'all know that Zappy was not going to play it?
No, we were shocked. We thought he was going to play it, and we thought you were also going to play it for Bryce.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't going to play it if no one was going to play it.
Right. We thought he was going to play it.
Okay, so...
For like 3 full rounds, we thought he was going to play it. And he never did, and he just did from last round, or 2 rounds ago.
Okay, yeah, I had a feeling it was you, because Pity told me that you were going, so... Okay. That's all I wanted to... I figured.
Gotcha.
Who flipped? Because I was supposed to be the second option, other than Zappy. Do you all know?
I need us to narrow that down. To what?
So it was 5-3-1, and it was supposed to be Zappy to flush the idol out, and then me as the second option, but 2 people flipped.
What was the vote there?
5-3-1.
Yes,
I voted for Zappy.
One Emma, Will 5, and 3 on Zappy.
I voted Emma that round, just like as a wild card.
I think I voted you. I truly cannot recall. I think I voted you.
So probably Emma and Aaron.
Because there's also,
And
we
Bryce.
thought Zappy was gonna, even though I was kind of aligned with him, I didn't know that the idol existed until Stone left and went boom, 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 and I pulled Zappy across, and I was like, oh, what the frick? If you're gonna be like, oh, you're my top person, or I like you a lot, whatever it is, and then not tell me that, that's suspect. He was like, I was gonna tell you, and I'm like, no, you weren't. So I just wanted to get it out of play, and so we thought he was gonna play it literally 3 rounds in a row. And he didn't until Spot 7.
Gotcha. Aaron did not have an idol?
Aaron had, when we sent her to Exile Island, she got a puzzle that she did not complete. And she brought it back because she ran out of time, because they had to usher her into whatever we were doing because Exile Island was over because y'all were about to vote. And she had a puzzle, and she came and asked me if I could help her solve it. So I helped her solve it, except for we were having issues with it, so Emma came and helped solve. You somehow got over there. I think you also helped her solve it. Anyway, she had to be the one to present it. We never saw if she presented it or not, or if she got an idol or not, because if the thing was presented correctly, we assumed it was an immunity idol. But we never saw her present it because our green tribe had won, and it was when y'all were in tribal council. So we never saw if she presented it, and I don't know if she has one.
Okay, that's what I was wondering, because I think she did have one. I think she does.
One thing that I wanted to discuss, and because it, I think, concerns at least you 4, was the Alex idol. So how did that affect the game in basically 3 rounds?
Oh my god. So frustrating.
That was the round we were trying to get you to flush as well, right? And you were going to play it if Zappy did play it.
I was gonna play it for Bryce, because y'all were gunning for Bryce, because he and Pity were my top 2, final 3.
I feel like a lot of people wanted idols flushed, but no one voted for those people.
Yeah, no one executed it very well. Until like
The
I
most
got
for
voted
a
out.
person, until you got voted out, Zappy got 3 votes the round before, but like, we were that afraid of it. Like, we let him keep it as long as he did because we were, I don't know, too afraid to vote him out. Maybe it was because he was something.
And that was all Zappy playing that?
Zappy knew where, well, I guess he's still, no, he's playing that. He knew where the idol was, me and Bryce didn't. Stone had it up first. Zappy said he knew.
Yeah, Bryson got it. We all 4 of us hid it in my hoodie. Okay, then Pity was standing by my hoodie, kind of acting a little sus. When we came in, when I wanted to swing it 4-3, Emily, Will, and so me and Zappy moved it to his bag, and we told this Alex. But by the time in which I like just exposed it, Alex never, like the other, like Zappy,
Zippy, keep that.
Zappy hadn't told
Me or Bryce about where it was.
Yeah,
He
and
kept
or
saying it's in the
Bryce.
bag, it's inside. If you need it, I'll play it for you. So me and Bryce never had control of it or knew where it was. Zappy just assumed control of it. And like I can't do it. I can't be like, oh, show me to me. But like, so yeah, me and Bryce never really had any
So-
power with it.
I think the reason why Zappy was successful in getting me out was because of you. So if he's on top 3, that wasn't all because of him. It was because of you. So that's what I'm.
But does he still have some, like,
Still deserves
some
merit
worth in that
some
move?
merit.
Well, half and half.
That was good.
Half and half. Like
Right.
I did get out.
So it
you had an
affected
idol.
you. Will, do you feel like it affected your game? I'm just trying to get down to, like, how did, like, that idol, like, affect the game?
It
I think
wrecked
that it
like
made
a,
it very significant.
it completely wrecked like what was an easy flow for a big alliance group. So yeah, it was a good play, but what I'm trying to figure out is if it was a big master plan or if it was someone's idea and then someone was like, okay, let's try it, and then
Right.
boom.
Yeah, I think I said at the beginning of every round, because we hadn't talked until like 2 rounds before you
Left.
that I wanted you out.
Yeah, a lot
because-
of people did. Yeah.
And it's not even that I wanted you out, I wanted the idol out. So I didn't really care if you went or not,
Yeah.
but also best case scenario is you go out with an idol. And so it's gone and you were a good player. So I don't want to say that I masterminded the whole thing and take all of the credit, but I will take a good majority.
Yeah, well, no, I think it came from your mouth first to his ear, and then he got the idea to potentially play it and then mess with and use you
Right, yeah.
as a pawn.
He used that idol really well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that man was sharing an idol and used it to like fend off people, which
Right.
is more
Pretty
It's
iconic.
tactical.
Okay, my next point is a common thing in the jury is, oh, you promised me final 3, so why am I not sitting up there? Okay? I hate that. Let's go through each of you and say, like, who did you envision going to the top with? And why you think that didn't happen, and who do you think they actually are with?
I had a top 3 from the beginning with Penny, Bryce, and me.
Okay.
I think that one of them flipped, maybe Bryce or Penny. I don't know. At this point, I don't know. But one of them was loyal. I just need to figure out which one. But those were our top 3. And so I think them 2 can probably make it up there. I don't know how their alliance is doing.
Right.
But, yeah. And then final 4 we had with Emma.
Gotcha. Do you think, follow-up question, do you think it's possible that the Emma, Pity, and Bryce have a final 3, but we're telling you that you were also in that final 3?
Yeah, potentially. I mean, they could have.
Yeah.
It would have been a good gameplay if they did.
William?
Other, like, as of people that are still in? or-
Yeah, like, who are your top allies, basically?
I'd say Aaron, Patrick, and Emily.
Gotcha.
And then I think Erin's been able to survive through her relationship with Pity,
Mm-hmm.
as well as Bryce. Yeah.
Gotcha. Michael?
Yeah, I, for a while, thought me, Zappy, and Aaron would be final three, and then when Zappy threw Aaron to the other tribe, we still kept in touch whenever we were around, but that kind of like dissipated a little bit, so me, Emma, and Aaron were just kind of like women power at the end to like help that. Yeah.
Gotcha. Why do you think that fell apart?
I think Zappy got paranoid with Emma being with Bryce and Aaron being with Emma and not seeing me as with those three, so he just jumped on not seeing like me, Emma, and Aaron as a trio. So I was an easy one to pick off because he could still have Aaron and him with Emma as a trio, and then Bryce came with Emma, and then Pity's just extra at that point.
Gotcha. Alex?
I thought me, Zappy, and Pity were all on the same page for a while. I think we were, but then when it came down to Emily's round, there were 3 votes for Aaron, and I thought it was me, Zappy, and Pity because we talked about it right before the vote. And I was like, oh, these people are actually like keeping up with this. And by the time it was 4-3, once was 8 of us. I was like, okay, I guess this is like we can trust Pity, we can trust Zappy. Obviously, that didn't work in my favor, but well played by both of them. That's how I saw it going.
Gotcha. Tim?
I thought it was gonna be me and Zappy, and either us or you, because I was hoping that we'd knock out Gold, and then we'd knock out some of the green members together, and then we just kind of ride that the whole way. Was kind of my hope and plan.
Which is wild because Green won so much, and 4 out of the 5 people in there right now are gold.
Yeah.
Right.
Just wild.
Right.
And so I think if you wouldn't have gotten immunity the round that I got out, I think the game looks completely different going forward, because I think we either flush your idol or we get you out, and we get you out next round too, and then I think Penny's gone, and then it's a kind of a free for all there. But then we carve out a 4 alliance for 3, and then you just knock it down. So that's kind of where I'm thinking.
Yeah.
That's where I was hoping it was gonna head.
So I guess my larger point is one that Final 3 deals are very dynamic. Like they are constantly changing, and people make them with multiple people. I mean, like I heard 3 people say Pity. I heard 2 people say Zappy. You know, like it's not uncommon for things to change, right? Do you think that is? Some people see it as a sign of like unloyalty versus just a sign of like being adaptable in the game. What do y'all think?
I think it's a combination of both. Like, sometimes I can respect the hell out of it. Like, let's say Pity and Bryce both betrayed me. That's insane. But, like, I can kind of respect that, though. That's kind of baller. Like, holy crap, y'all.
Yeah.
Like, to the death. We confided in each other about everything. So, if they pulled that off, that's wild.
Yeah.
And I can respect that. But if it's, like, vindictive with no cause, or just you just didn't know what to do, so you just put someone up, I don't respect it as much. So, like, it really depends.
Right. The only way I don't respect multiple Final 3s is if someone felt the need to make Final 3s with everyone to save their own butt. That's the only way I
Like a selfish play?
That's the only way I don't respect a whole bunch of, I think 2 or 3 Final 3s, especially
like
with a tribe, a swap, a merge. I think that's totally fine.
Right.
Yeah, it has to happen, essentially, for the game.
I would only be suspect if like every single person was like, oh yes, I had one with Pity. Then I'd be like,
Exactly.
And then, like,
Other than that, I think it's respectful that you could have that many allies.
I think largely like having a Final 3 with someone is synonymous with just like I want to go long term with you, right? And I think that's just like very important to consider, like when making a decision and like making it personal to you. Like okay, they like went directly against me because yeah, like that is what you thought was going to happen. That was your plan, but it may have been different for them. Like, yeah, they probably definitely intended on working with you full term, and seeing you to the end. But one, it may not have been in their control, and two, they may have been inspired by different aspects. So, just something to consider. We're gonna pause right here because we just have a new jury member that is going to join us in 1 minute. So, who do y'all think the newest jury member is?
I think
Zappy or
since
Pity?
Erin wins, it's got to be Zappy unless they flip it, be Pity that round. Because I didn't know where I stood with you.
Oh,
look at that.
There we go.
Come on, Zap.
Oh, that's rough.
So we are talking as a jury, discussing just like anything that we want to iron out before we go into the finale and ask our questions. So yeah, why don't you update the jury what happened last round?
Yes, so, I mean, it's pretty much expected. After I didn't have immunity anymore, like, I was screwed, so, like, pretty much we had, like, 2 discussions, and I just felt like it was gonna happen.
Yeah.
So, that's pretty much how it went. I feel like for the next round, it's gonna be, they probably were gonna go after Aaron, unless she gets immunity.
After he just says this, do you think that is good for the other three's game? Like, do you think putting Aaron in the jury is smart for the remainder 3?
I feel like Aaron played a strong game. She was not always, like, in the front of every move, but she did have some control over a lot of decisions. So I feel like people, like, wanted to, like, have that confidence, like, with her of making, you know, those decisions. So I feel like she did play a big role. I feel like Bryce kind of did the same thing from the bottom, like, not really a lot. Emma she did do a lot of big actions. I think she did very good. Who's the other?
Pity.
Yeah. No, he was very, like, every round we were like, there was a line to talk to him. So I feel like he had control most of the game.
Right. Okay, so I guess moving into our final portion of this discussion, let's kind of formulate some questions that we want to ask the jury. So here's basically the rundown. Whenever it's your turn, you will have the option of 1, asking a question, or 2, you can make a statement. And so that's like, hey, I think that this person should win because X, Y, Z. Okay? Another thing is we're trying to avoid questions that are like, why didn't you take me to the top 3? Okay? The truth is, you're not there. Okay?
Yeah.
Right? You are in the jury. And like, while each and every one of you played deliciously, wonderfully, incredible games, you are not the main event, right? You didn't make it to the end, which is unfortunate, because y'all were incredible players. But the point is, they made it to the end. Let's see who actually played the best game so that we can choose a solid winner, right? So, what are some questions that we want to ask to get more information from them?
I want to ask Emma what she thought her best, like, political power move was of the day.
Okay.
That's what I want to know.
Okay.
Yeah, which I guess I need to narrow it down because my thought is depending on who the 3 are up there because of who I helped and how I helped all of them that are in there, I want to know what their most pivotal gameplay that they came up with was. Like, what was the most pivotal gameplay that they engineered themselves? Not like if you were up there and they were like, oh, we got Emily out, like, and it was half, I want to know what they engineered themselves. Just one move, the most pivotal move.
I like it.
So I could ask that and they could all 3 be like this. Does that work?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I want to know how Pity was able to stay so under the radar, winning the most comps.
Okay, let's kind of think about how we want to phrase that.
Okay. How were you able to manage your threat level to the rest of the tribe, given your ability to win comps, and how many times you proved it?
I like that. Based on the other 3 that are still in the game, do y'all think that he remained like a under the radar threat compared to the other ones? Okay. then that's a great
You won
question.
immunity almost 3 times in a row.
Right,
Yeah.
Mhm.
right, exactly.
Individual.
Other questions?
I want to know if they all had a top 3 with each other.
Okay.
I think that'd be interesting.
That's
and like,
fair.
if they did, when did it form?
Mhm.
Because if they planned this from the beginning, that says so much about them.
Right.
Like, that's incredible.
Right.
Because they hid that so well.
Yeah, versus like being in the like final 7 and being like, well, I guess it was those 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that does
Yeah,
the
like-
longevity of
Or
that.
or if like Bryce and Emma had been top 2
Mhm.
the
And then they
entire
just, like,
time.
brought
I just want to
someone.
ask, had any of them been their tops? You know,
Right.
like just because that's so hard to maintain, especially when it gets down to like y'all's rounds,
Mhm.
because it can flip in an instant if someone
Right.
panics.
No, absolutely, absolutely. I think other good questions are like, what distinguishes you from the other 2?
Mhm.
True.
Another good one is, what is something good about the other 2 so that they can, you honestly uncover a lot with that question, because sometimes it's like honestly hard for them to come up with other than
Something
just saying that they were loyal and they were basically a vote for me. You know what I mean? Cool. Anything else that we want to unpack here as a group?
What was your strategy for sharing the idol?
Oh, I didn't share it.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
and
that-
you didn't share it.
Absolutely.
He said I was selfish with
I
it, and
straight
I
up-
admit it.
I straight up stole it from them.
Yeah.
But like, I just knew it was gonna play an important role later on, and like I was really stressing that if I didn't give it to you, that you were gonna be voted out. And I'm glad you weren't.
Yeah.
Like that worked out very well. Like probably the best it
That round
could.
surprised me.
Yeah. But I think holding on to it as long as I did also helped, because I probably would have been out like 2 rounds before.
Mm-hmm.
You
Awesome.
played it well.
Any closing comments?
How did Green fumble the bag so hard?
He what?
I said, how did Green fumble the bag so hard?
Yeah.
Hey, we killed that.
Comp
I
excited.
blame
The
myself.
slingshot. The slingshot was.
Slingshot and
Was
the
that
top
luck,
six.
or did y'all actually like? I don't know.
Oh, I just leaned all the way back.
And I
Let
did those comps very quickly.
We were
The cups.
shocked. We're like, holy cow, how did they do this? It took us like I think 6 or 7 tries.
Oh yeah, that was insane.
Yeah.
We were like
No, he
thinking about the final thing, and then y'all were like done, and I went.
It really is wild
What?
though, thinking about your question for Pity, that he hopped off that raft and did that cube in literally 5 seconds and has still continued to win
Right.
immunity, and people are like, no, yeah, Pity.
So I guess
It's
that's an important question. How big of a deal for y'all is like physical prowess? Like, how much is like being able to survive with competitions? Like, how is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I definitely think it holds a lot more weight in this game as opposed to something like Big Brother, where there are more competitions.
Mhm.
So like
I agree.
winning when you can, because like
You
don't
stay
get
in,
that many
you stay in
opportunities.
control.
If you're
Yeah.
not in the alliance,
It-
not winning, like you
It's
won
so-
immunity, so we had to like flip, and then it was me that went, and then you didn't win the next round, and
Yeah.
boom, it's you. So if you're not in the majority alliance, you don't.
You're out.
Like Aaron, that I think last round is like the first thing she won. Because
That's
y'all's team
honestly-
lost everything.
We did.
And she
Sure
did
did.
not win any
it is-
individual stuff with
yeah,
us.
it is a double-edged sword, because while
But
you
do
do
you-
get the
You can keep going.
while you do get the immunity, like it places you in the center of conversation.
It
So
does.
it boosts your social game so much more, because people are more willing to talk
Yeah.
to you because
That's the pro for Pity having a literal line
Right.
to talk to him.
yeah.
3
Well,
times a
Aaron
round.
never. I'm pretty sure I don't know what else she won. I think she only won 1 individual immunity, and she was still able to
Yeah.
skirt the outskirts, like maneuver the outskirts of the alliance.
Do you also think that there is something to show for making it this far without having the security of an immunity win?
I think it is. I think immunities are as important as they are in like the context of the moment.
Hmm?
In terms of your immunity was a whole lot more valuable and you and Pity got it because you didn't have the votes. As it is if like you got the votes and immunity doesn't really change anything for you.
Yeah.
And so I think when you get it is just important is like how many times you get it as well.
Right.
Yeah, because that also
And
shakes down the votes too. Because I think this final four right now is really interesting because Emma was a bird vote once. Pity has like never been voted on a piece of paper.
I don't think anyone's.
Erin was the 3, and then I voted her when I went out, and so she only has 4 votes, but that was like y'all random 3 or whatever. And then who was the last one?
Bryce has like 3.
And Bryce has like a random throwaway vote from every round. That's wild. That's wild.
I agree. I definitely agree.
Yeah, wait, Erin did have exile, so she did have immunity, but like.
She didn't have immunity. She had the chance to do a puzzle for immunity. We
But
don't
she couldn't be
actually know
voted
that.
out that week, so she was immune.
Oh,
You
okay.
chose it for exile.
Yeah.
But she did miss a lot of conversation, so it's crazy that she's still in, even though she missed some.
Yeah, because she came back. She was like, me next. Yeah.
That's true. Well, great. This has been great conversation. We'll end it here for now, and we'll pick up the combo when we have a final 3.
Sweet.
Great
Thank
time.
you.
Nice.